Hi, I want to clarify that today's topic is about one of many solutions and not the only solutions to the climate crisis. And before I start explaining how, I want to apologize to all the vegans who has decided to stop eating or have never eaten animal-based products for the fact that animals are killed to feed us. And if you are a vegan for this reason, it will be an honor for me to help you by adding myself to your cause and maybe make others to follow as well with this video. I have to confess that I was raised eating animal-based products, which are part of the daily diet in Hispanic countries. I used to say, like my son said today, that I didn't want to think about what I was eating was once alive. So I completely blocked or trained my mind to look at those animal-based products as regular food. Then 3 years ago, it was my daughter who started the revolution at home when she decided to become vegan. Yes, my daughter educated me, and just now my mind finally clicked. In 2008, I did a research about the deforestation of the Amazon rainforest, and the main reason was, and still is, the cattle breeding. I can't believe it took me, someone who is always talking about protecting the environment, 12 long years to take actions just because I have the same attitude that many others. What could I do as just an individual? Now, are you ready to let your minds click too? Well, did you know that livestock produce significant amounts of methane as part of the digested processes? Yes, methane, which is a potent greenhouse gas many times more powerful than carbon dioxide at warming our planet. So let's take a closer and more detailed look at our home, the planet Earth. As we all know, most of the area is covered by the oceans, but let's focus right now only on the 29% covered by the land. From that 29% of land, 71% is habitable. From that 71%, human beings currently use 50% for agriculture, and only 37% is covered by the forest. Then, from that 50% of land used for agriculture, 77% is used for livestock, and only 23% is used for our crops. In short words, for our crops, we only use less than 1/3 of the land used for livestock, which is 2.3% of the total land on our planet. Now imagine 8% of the total land used for livestock constantly emitting methane to the atmosphere, adding to global warming. I hope that you get the picture now, but that is not all. Remember at the beginning of this video, I mentioned that cattle breeding is determined to be the main cause for the deforestation of the Amazon rainforest. So when we consume animal-based products, not only do we contribute on the greenhouse gas emissions, but also we allow the destruction of our forests, which are the Earth's natural lungs that work as air filters, absorbing CO2 and releasing oxygen for us to breathe. Then what about seafood? Why could we not be pescatarians instead of vegans? Well, let's now focus on the huge area covered by our oceans that, as our forests, also absorb CO2 from the atmospheres. As a result of the amount of CO2 that we human beings has generated for years, there is an ongoing decrease in the pH of our oceans, causing ocean acidification. In addition, due to global warming, the oceans are getting warmer, and when the water is too warm, The corals expel the algae living in their tissues, causing the corals to turn completely white, which is known as coral bleaching. These two effects, ocean acidification and coral bleaching, as you can imagine, negatively impact the ocean's ecosystems. Around the world, there are a lot of coastal regions that mainly depend on the seafood industry and will, if there are not already, suffer from seafood shortage. Again, my intention is not to make us feel guilty, in this case about what we eat. Contrary, I want us to feel motivated and encouraged to change our lifestyle. In this case, by adapting our diet towards protecting our environment, reducing our ecological footprint, and conserving our natural resources. Always remember something that we know but we may not realize. The air and the oceans have no borders, regardless if countries around the world has always wants to set their territories. They cannot stop the airflow and ocean currents, including the pollution carried by them from different regions. So, what we do and consume in a specific part of the world have a global impact, including the impacts of global warming and therefore the climate change. Do you think that human beings are not powerful enough to induce these impacts on Earth? Well, get ready for my next video, Overpopulation from an Environmental Point of View. Thanks for watching and subscribing.